and then we want them back. We're going to, us as elders, are going to gain those children back that were left aside, that were elders like us, that were put aside in old age homes and starving at home or whatever. Enough is enough. No more. We will not be pushed in a corner. We will not be shunned away from our children. Our children need us, and that is what we're going to do. Take up our kids that nobody wants. They're stumbling over there with hard liquor, with hard drugs, and they don't know which way to turn. They got no mommies, no daddies, no grandmas, no grandpas. And those poor kids. This morning there was a woman that came up to me, she came up to us and asked us for a few pennies and a coffee. And how bad is that? They're stepping around out there. It is time for us elders to pick up our young ones and the elders to have their voice again. That's what we're doing. So we will sing for you the Woman's Warrior song. And if we don't jump around, it's because we can't jump around no more.
Should have recorded that whole start.
We recorded that. Yeah.
My blanket's compromised.
So if you don't mind, I'm going to put a microphone on you.
Go ahead.
I'll just give you a little rundown. I'll speak to the camera here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been given permission to attend this meeting with the clan mothers and great clan mother Nancy. APTN's here to do an interview with them to ask what it is that we are doing here. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd really like to ask each and every one of you to share this out to everybody you know right now. This is the important message. APTN is the native network that reaches out to all our First Nations. They carry on the traditions, they show the ceremonies and stuff. Well, now they're here to ask why we're here and what we're doing. So we know mainstream media, we know how they work, we know how they put out the narrative. This gentleman's here to give an honest report. We're hoping that it stays that way. And we're also going to stand here with the grandmothers so that they have support, because that's what the warriors do. We stand here to protect our grandmothers. So I've been asked to sit in. You're getting, I guess it's kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity here to be part of something that I've had to ask permission so that I can do this. You're asking a lot of questions. I know people are out there asking why it is I'm not going live all the time. I'm in ceremony every day. These things are secret traditions. These are things that aren't allowed to be put out. This is why I haven't been able to do many live feeds. But now we're at war now. We're at work. We're working all throughout the days. Emails are going out. Messages are going out. We have replies back from the documents that I served, as well as a new document that's been put into my hands today. When this interview's done, I will recharge my phone again, and I'll come back on in a little bit after this is done to give you guys some lowdown on what has actually transpired in the few days that we've been here. So for now, share this out to everybody you can so this gentleman can get his news broadcast out. And you're honored. I'm honored to be in this room right now, to be with all these people, to get this story out to the masses. I need your guys' help as well. Get this out to the masses, please. Share it everywhere.
Let's go worldwide.
Hey.
Let's go worldwide with it, you guys.
Yeah, we're here for the children. We're here for the children.
Feel free to reach out, ladies. You can talk to my camera too if you want. Can you say who you are and where you're from?
Wait, why was Sultan Latin Oopsman the Skitskat na Elia the Yoyata Sapluk Mary Thomason Squaxt the Akwin. My heart is glad that I'm here from Williams Lake and Canham Lake, and I am Sawapam and come from Sawapam Utlu, the land of the Shuswap people, as in the central part of British Columbia, now called British Columbia, and we are of unceded and unconquered territories, all my relations.
Hello, my name is Patricia from the Sami Nation. This is my Sami flag. We're coming together from all over Mother Earth today. There's a massive shift going on. Everywhere there's a shift going on, and the darkness is being exposed. It's a spiritual war, and our job here is to help to bring the light, to expose all of that corruption, all of that darkness, and to help our young people to get strong and feel healthy and know that it's their right to be free, it's their right to be happy, it's their right to have a joyous, good life. It's not okay to take that away anymore, and us grandmothers are here to support those young people, to stand up and say, hey, we have a right to a good life.
Everybody knows Nancy.
I am the grandmother, keepers of the water, and I'm here, and I call on all the elders to come and support us so that we can save our children, save our kids that nobody cared for, save our grandmothers, our grandpas that have been pushed into the corners over there somewhere, and they are put in prison. And those old age homes, to me, that is an elder prison. That's where they're trying to put all the elders. And it is definitely wrong. If they're not sick, do not throw away your grandmas or your grandpas. They are here, we are here to help our young ones, to heal, to come back, and that we do care. We love you guys. If we were pushed away long enough, us elders are standing up for you. Please, if we can help you, to help you, we are here, ladies and gentlemen. Throughout this world, let us elders stand up and say enough is enough. No more.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Hello out there, the world. And I'm Minnie Knorris, but I'm from Nisconnet, BC, just by Kamloops, from a little reserve up there. But one little reserve is what they call a reserve, what they put us in. It doesn't mean nothing to me. We own all the land. The land is all ours. They trapped us into a kraal, as they call a little reserve. They're still trying to control us in a lot of ways. So I don't feel free. I'm not free. Because they're always watching. But the thing is, today I found a trail. Yesterday, this morning, I'm the bear. I found a trail to Edmonton to be with this lady here. As a grandmother, great-grandmothers, we are together as one.
That's great.
We will look after each other. We love each other. We'll talk to each other. We'll knowledge our children and not give the knowledge that we know out. Because living off the land in Mother Earth, our garden, is here. So who knows how to look after the people that lived here? So it's our job.
Yes,
Never-ending job.
definitely.
We wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for Mother Earth. And yet, the foods we get is not for us. It makes us sick sometimes. So we have to go out and learn to pick our medicines,
our
our
traditional
berries,
food.
to nourish our bodies.
Mm.
So our knowledge is with all the grandmothers and the grandfathers that hunt, provide the food, and we are the ones to help to teach our children and all how to preserve it, how to put it together so it lasts through the winters and through the months to feed the young ones. And that's what is missing with our children, because they have food that's not right for them. They're getting sick. So we have been standing back long enough. Together, we want to work and start putting this umbrella together. Start nourishing ourselves and loving ourselves and telling the whole world we are going to be standing up and we're going to be survivors and we want our people to survive. So what's stopping us?
Nothing.
Nothing
No
stops
more.
us.
Not anymore.
The government can't stop us. And here we try to listen to the government. We cannot eat that money he gives us.
That's right.
We cannot live on that money he gives us. It makes us fight against each other. It makes the jealousy go around that we condemn each other. We have to start forgetting about that and being trustful to each other, living in homes like this, living in underground homes, living our way. Our way is the right way, the true way.
Definitely.
So, all in all, I'd like to say I'm so happy with that one here, bringing us together, and everyone that's helping here. And we, our people, have to start making gatherings in different areas, bringing the people, talking about what we're talking about right now, encouraging them, giving them the strength. Our
Yes.
beautiful waters that we have, everything we have, the sun, the moon, the stars. What more can the Creator give us? We breathe the air, we breathe everything. It's all in our hands. It's all in our hands to, like, share, give to each other. So this is the thing is, step up, start talking to each other, start caring for each other, love yourself, look after yourself so you can tell somebody about it. You have to look after number one here before you can look after number two or number three, the kids. And you've got to teach them when they're little babies in here. As we carry that water, we give the babies life. And and we should be teachers of those little babies. Right from the home for your teaching from wherever. That's the first schooling they should have. So that's how our world is supposed to be. I know it's going to be hard for people to step back, to go back. But, you know, what's happening today? Where are you living today that you don't have homes? You're sleeping on the streets? You have no food? You have no anything? Come and see us. We'll show you where the food is. We'll show you where to sleep. Whatever. So that is the thing I want to get the world out to people in the government places. We really don't need you.
No,
we never need you.
Hey.
You come and took it from all of us, and you took everything away from us, and now you're trying to give it back with money, and we don't need money because, like I said again, I cannot eat it.
We cannot drink that oil either.
Right.
If we could drink that oil, we would shut our mouth. If we could eat that money, we would shut our mouth. We would make soup out of the money for our children, but we can't do that. We cannot make our children drink oil and expect them to survive. We are who we are. We love our children. We care for our kids, our grandchildren, our future. Kids that are not even born yet. We want to save the trees for them, the land for them, the water for them. Water is the most important one of all life on earth. Without water, who are we? If we don't take care of that water, we're going to all die. And so be careful. Take care of your water. Take care of Mother Earth. Don't throw garbage on her. Don't throw bottles and garbage in the water either. It's your life that you're destroying. Don't do that. Please help us to help you. To save our water, our lives. That's the most important thing.
Can I say a couple more words, please? We're talking on the subject of water. I have a great-granddaughter. We'll be having a baby on the 15th. And I'm very close. I rub her belly. I talk to the baby. Hello, this is Grandma. Your great-grandma. I talk to that baby. On the 15th, that baby's coming to the world, supposed to be. So I'm not letting that baby come into the world without knowing Grandma. And I talk to the mother how it is to have your first baby. This is her first baby. How she has to talk to that baby, how to cherish that baby, how she has to teach that baby. That's the role of a grandma. So that's very important.
Yes.
But now we're on the subject of water. Pat and I traveled all over, so I'm doing a film, a movie. It's called like Living Off the Land. It started from a cookbook called Living Off the Land. So I do my cooking from the food off the land, and the thing is, the cookbook was selling really good and whatever, and one day I looked at it. Why not put this into a movie? So now it's in the movie, and I think about 3 or 4 years, Pat and I have been working on this movie. We traveled a lot. We traveled finding all kinds of different people on different kinds of things, picking berries, fishing, hunting, living off the land, sort of picking berries, and our people are in the movies actually doing the things.
In our
So that's what
medicine.
we've been doing. So now we got maybe, this year we thought we were going to finish it, but with our money that we were traveling with, we couldn't do that alone, so we had asked people, we trade things for things to get out and sell baskets to get out to get some gas money, whatever, whatever stuff. But now, next year, probably that movie will be out, hopefully. But anyway, so on our travels, we did ceremonies on the water. Pat and I collected water from all over the places we've been. All the water is in here. We collected. And some is from where, Pat? Your daughter?
Yeah, some is from the Ganges, some is from Tibet, Australia, Hawaii, California. People have been bringing us water to add to our water. So the water is talking to itself everywhere we go. The water from here is talking to the water from there because the water does connect everybody everywhere.
And so the water, the creeks that we camped, the places that we cooked and made tea on, with the people that with us drank this water, or with this water we carried it here. So what we do with this water, we took it to Vancouver, and we were doing the ceremony of the sockeye, things like this, from the Fraser. And the water is in here from the Fraser River, all different places. So what we do is we take this water, now it's called holy water. We call it like a holy water. And Elder told me about holy water. She told me, you get some water, you put it in a pot, and you put it on the stove, and bring it to a high boil. Let it boil. Oh, she said, now you let it boil, so now you boiling the hell out of that water. Now it's holy water. So this is holy water. So what we doing with this, we pass it around, and we take a little bit of it, and we go like this. So this is what we pass it around, and you have some of this. It's like, thank you, Creator, for the water, the rivers, the beautiful water we have. Without water, we cannot survive. It's part of our body. So this beautiful water was given to us. So this is the water today that has traveled and gone a lot of places. And we're not finished with that yet. We are still traveling, and we still are getting more water from different places. And a lot of different people are doing water ceremonies. We do water ceremonies. We do moon ceremonies. We do all different kinds of ceremonies. And we do get called to go here and there. And I'm supposed to be in Vancouver on Saturday, I think it is, doing a climate with my daughters. My daughter's the chief of Nascona, and my other daughter is a nurse. So they expect me to be there on Saturday, but I made a choice. I'm going to be here with you 2 days. I'm going to stay here because Grandma is needed. So I'm staying here.
So, will I be okay putting a microphone on you as well? First, I'll ask you a couple of questions if I can. So, one of the main reasons you're here is that because of the Queen's bargain. Has the federal government not lived up to the Queen's bargain?
Bro, your camera just went off.
I'm here. I held the Queen's bargain for about 15, 20 years. Not doing what I was going to do with it. When I started looking for the Queen's bargain, that was actually us Native People's bargain that was sent to us by the Queen Victoria. She sent us that bargain. She made a deal with us, and that bargain has never arrived to us Native people. Mr. McDonald took that letter. He wanted to know what was inside that letter. He didn't want to give it to Native people because he was scared what was in there. So his curiosity, he opened a mail that was not theirs. They opened up the squeeze stamp, and open up that letter. That was against the law, against the Canadian Constitution law. This law that is out here, the Canadian law does not belong to us Native people. We have our own laws. That is the bargain between the Queen of England and us. We as Native people have never broken that law. Us as Native people, you will never see my name saying that I sold my land, or any of us. We never sold nothing. It was stolen from us, and we won it back. It was the Prime Minister that hid in the archives in Ottawa. I went for it to go and ask them if I could get that Queen's bargain. I was refused. So I said, okay, fine, keep it. I got other sources. So I went to New York archives. A girlfriend of mine that's living out there, I told her, I said, go get me that Queen's bargain and the Jake Treaty that is hidden in the old New York archives. So she went over there, and New York archives said, we won't give it to you, but we will sell to that elder. So that's how I got that Queen's bargain. And today, it is out in the open now. It has finally got a chance to come out and let the world know that this bargain we never broke. We never broke it. And we will do our very best to try to abide by our words and the Queen say from generation to generation, she said, my words will never be broken. As long as the sun is shining, the grass is green, and the waters flow. That's all we ever knew. Now, we are sitting here and we're going to let this out. We are no longer going to sit around and be suppressed by nobody. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Yes. We are trying to save our lives. We're trying to save our children. And the only way we can do it is look after that water, our lives.
By staying here, what message do you want to send?
The message is that let the world know. Let the world know that we are here to protect Mother Earth and our lives. And our life is the water. And that's what we're here for. And that's what we're fighting for our elders and our children, so we can save them. And please, by all means, save the muskegs. The muskegs are the ones that purifies the water and cleanses it up for us to drink. So save our muskeg.
Queen's bargain just came in.
And the Queen,
Are you inviting Trudeau to come over here?
yes, and not only that, it is time for the Prime Minister to bring us this Queen's bargain that has been hidden too long from us. And I got this bargain from New York archives.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Loud, please.
Okay. Decus and Queen Victoria, the year 1665, on the bargain 1835. New King of Canada, I am writing to you. We have to change the rules of the whites. We will put head offices in Canada on the Indian Act and superintend on provincial rules. Lawyer for your business, doctor, Indian Affairs, and on this Indian Act and rules of Canada. In the year of 1820, we sent Simpson to control the company. In the year 1821, we sued
Hudson Bay for selling your goods. So I'm renewing the treaty and money. $120 a year and tax-free. The rules of the Indian Act of Canada. When the year is due, the superintendent will give you the money tax-free. Now you will have to make the township. The whites will have to pay you for everything you have. You make head townships in Canada, have reservations to keep the whites off the reserve, and free Indian navigation. Free gates for settlers and timber for 100 acres. We live it as we gave it to the settlers. Only the pine for the lumbermen and 60 cents share on navigation rights if you are on the boat. It's free traveling all over Canada, any place you go. If you want a house in Canada, you go to the superintendent, put in your order, and we will see that it is built. It will cost nothing. They will pay for it. I will put a warden in to mind your game wherever your animal will make its track in Canada. You can follow it until you get it. If the whites want your animal, they will have to pay for it with the license. If you work for a white man, they cannot garnish your wages. The whites will have to pay the taxes. You're entitled to 3% on the taxes and 3% on the timber, and $3 stumpage besides, and 5% on the mines. And if you have money in the band, it is 5%. Also, game money is yours. If the whites crowd you, you are to go to the superintendent and put in your complaint, and he will take it up to the lawyer and will be prosecuted. The bargain is made, and I am sending you a medal as good as gold. As long as there is an Indian in the country, generation to generation, king, chief, brother. I am telling you, a nephew is born, my son. I am your sister, Queen Victoria. Forever this bargain we made between you and I will stand. As long as there is water in the lakes and run in the rivers and creeks and the green grass grows, the bargain, the year 1665, comes the year 1835, is good. As long as the sun and moon shines, it cannot change. This bargain is for the King Chief of Canada from Queen Victoria.
Now, you see now what I've been holding for so long, that we finally have the doors open, and we will not ever have them shut down on our faces ever again. We will be here generation to generation. It will never ever stop. We had enough. We've been sitting around too long, never knowing what to do. We wait your turn. And all this time, the strength was amongst us, amongst the elders, and we were too long pushing a corner. Now we are here, and we will stay. And now we'll wait for Trudeau to come into my teepee and bring me this Queen's bargain from the archives where MacDonald hid it. If you don't bring it back, we are, like you said, sue Canada for opening a letter that was none of their business. They broke their own law, their own constitution. You cannot go opening up other people's letters. And worst of all, opening up my Queen's bargain disrespectfully and taking a step and opening it up. That was theft. Downright disrespectful theft. And we want that Queen's bargain back here. And we will not leave here until Trudeau, young Trudeau. I dealt with you and your dad in 1968. I talk about the same thing that I'm talking about right now. Pierre Allen Trudeau never done nothing. Big mouth and nothing to back it up. Now his son is standing there where his dad stood. And I want him to straighten out all this garbage that happened. And I want that bargain. I want it here. And I expect Trudeau to deliver to us elders. And no more waiting. No more waiting. It's not their right to let us wait no more. Oh,
That was fantastic. Thank you both.
We have another elder that likes to address you.
Yes.
Hi.
Um,
Are you okay being on camera or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me grab the microphone. Okay. Thank you.
I think I may be okay without one. However,
Well, if you'd like to be heard,
feel free to warm me up.
it won't sound proper without a mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you grab me those documents over there? There's something else I want to bring up to your attention. And I'm hoping that this gentleman will let me get on. I've been given today a study from the Department of National Defense.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone here, and I'd like to thank the clan mothers for your presence, your wise words, your wisdom, and the message that you bring for everyone. The message, enough is enough, and that we want to go forward with this being fully recognized, honored, and implemented. I'm not sure about the word implement, however, I'm a thing about words anyways. The message that I wanted to say today is the same message that came through the proclamation. Is it called a proclamation?
Royal.
The Royal Proclamation. I believe that it is very important to teach our children the true history of how we became what we are today through the imposition of government, churches, and ways that are not our ways. Because we have had and still have today our true laws. Our law of Grandfather Sky, Mother Earth, and all therein contained. I say all therein contained because it's a short version of the original prayer that includes everything. And you know how long that can take to say the prayer? Half an hour or something like that. Which is, there's nothing wrong with praying. And with that message, to teach the children that had these things not occurred, the imposition that has been made by the government and the churches through their laws, residential schools, and all of the things that have happened to us historically, we would not be the people we are today. However, by going back to teaching our history, we also will teach our languages, because there are something like over 500 languages in Canada alone. There are 202 languages in BC alone, and 186 dialects. I'm just kind of giving numbers here. And I have a thing for numbers too, and words. And knowing that each one of these are distinct nations with our own culture, our values, customs, our own spirituality, and our own ways of law. The law of nature, the law of principles that guide our lives, the sacred teachings, those are all laws that we carry on and we have passed on through generations. And I myself come from Chief Oilsa, which is in British Columbia near Alki Lake. And I can say I am 5 or 6 generations from that chief. And now my children carry on. And with that, my great-great-great-grandmother, my great-grandmother, you know, the matriarchal line, we're all in that and carry the same blood from that chief. And we know that, and if our children don't know where you come from, it's so important to have that identity as who we really are. And once we can embrace our own identity for whoever we are, then we can find peace, we can find love, and we can heal. Because through the imposition that has occurred, through the churches, which is not our culture, through the government, which is not our law, once we embrace our own, then we can heal, which is so important because we have the principle of balance. Looking for balance physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, and what's the other one?
Mind, body, spirit.
Mind, body, soul, and spirit. I'm not testing you, by the way. However, you've heard these words before, and we have different ways of depicting them, and we depict it through different symbolism. The medicine wheel, through the drum, through something that you may even have right now. The teachings are in everything. The songs that we sing, the words that we say, the prayers that we share, and through all that are the principles that come forward in the sacred teachings and finding balance in that medicine wheel. All my relations.
Thank you.
I have one thing that I'd like to put on. If that's all right. Oh, you want to go over? Yeah.
No, I just wanted to get your, I think I recorded your name. I just want to make sure I have it.
You have to talk to me about it because I can't hear.
He wants your name.
He wants your name.
Your name.
Oh, all right. Actually, I have quite a few names.
What would you like me to call you?
Well, I actually had two marriages. My first name was Minnie Grinder, and then I lived as a little girl on the Fraser, as a little girl of living off the land, my mom and dad. Then I got married to a guy that went to the residential school, and then that's when I found out. So my second name was Minnie Manuel. And then I moved to the reserve, and I didn't know what a reserve was. I felt that I couldn't ride my horse uptown, carry my gun. I couldn't hunt, and I wanted to. So that became that. And my second marriage is now that I still carry is Minnie Canoris. And with that, these two guys were from the residential school, and it was very hard living with them. So I'm a free person now. I walked away. I do what I want.
Would you like me to call you
I
Kenor?
live my own life. And this is a hard thing for us women to do because we were stepped on and captive. We couldn't do what we want. So I opened up my whole self. I healed my whole body. I went out, and here I am. And I encourage each woman out there that feels like they cannot do nothing. We can do it. We can heal our bodies. We can look after ourselves. And those men folks that went to the residential school, they were little boys. They were captive of their little, and they were abused, they were mistreated, they didn't know how to live, and they took all the rights away from them, they took everything away from them. So when they come to have somebody, they didn't know how to treat that person. And it wasn't that they didn't love them, they loved them in some way, but they still abused them. And I felt so sorry. It was really hard for me to forgive those husbands of mine. It was really, really, really hard. But I did, and it was all off of my shoulders. All off my shoulders, and I could really breathe again, and I felt free.
Good.
So I gained my freedom. So I'm going to show the world my freedom. And this is how we have to stand up for ourselves.
So would you like to use your maiden name?
Pardon?
Would you like to use your maiden name for the story?
Would you like to use your maiden name for the story?
Yes, I would. Minnie Grinder.
Can you spell that?
Yes. From Big War Creek, BC.
Nice. Can you spell your name for me?
Can you spell your name for him? Grinder?
Grinder. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right, cut steel.
Right? Now, if I have permission, ladies and
Can I get permission for Pat to say some words on the
can I talk about the document that was just put in my hands today?
Pat, I'm not going to have time to put this in the store.
Of course, because it's got everything to do with COVID. I figured that's why.
Put it on
Well, you know what? I'll put it on ours. An AI-powered Department of Defense program named Project Salus ran in cooperation with the JIC, or Joint Artificial Intelligence Center, has analyzed data on 5.6 million Medicare beneficiaries aged 65 or older. Data were aggregated from Humitrex, a real-time data and analytics platform that tracks healthcare outcomes. Legal analysis from Thomas Renz of RenzLaw.com is included in a breaking video interview. Below, the alarming findings show that the vast majority of COVID hospitalizations are occurring among fully vaccinated individuals, and that outcomes among the fully vaccinated are growing worse with each passing day. We know that, but do you want to know who the #1 people are at risk of getting it after being jabbed? 1.5 times greater First Nations people are being hit with these jabs. Who were the first people to get them? Our First Nations. It states, end-stage renal disease, kidney failure is the prime cause of death. But that isn't the prime cause in my mind. The prime cause is they're immunized. And our First Nations are the first ones to be hit at 1.5 times greater risk of breakthrough Delta infection leading to hospitalization. Age 85 and older. The next is Hispanic people. And the next one after that is black people. No data on Caucasian, Anglo-Saxon people. No data, period. Because they know what they're doing. The First Nations and our elderly were the first ones to get jabbed. And they are the ones who are suffering the hardest right now. And I can attest to that because I flew to Williams Lake and I flew to 100 Mile House and I spoke with 100 nurses and Dr. Hoff. I wish this was running right now so you can get this out there. That they are attacking our people. Why? Why, Trudeau? Why to our First Nations? Why have you done this to them? You've done it to my kids even. This is horrible. And this is a Department of National Defense document. That proves, and it was given to me by a doctor. So you can't lie anymore. And as well as the other stuff that we'll touch base on the next live. I really wish they would have let me get that on there. The reason why is because they are killing our First Nations people. It's another chickenpox blanket. It's bullshit. That's it, I'm done. I'm mad. I'm mad as mad.
How about the 5-year-olds now? 5 to 11-year-olds?
Now they want to jab our 5 and 11-year-olds. Now they want to go for the kids. And they're going to force this on our kids. Go look up. Last year, lowest ever in recorded Canadian history of births. Canada is being depopulated. Mark my words. I said it on this day in 2021. Canada is being destroyed.
Trudeau said proudly that Canada is actually the test nation.
Yeah, he has openly stated it.
Proud of it.
Yeah. That's...
It just makes me so mad and angry.
Me
because
too.
I'm a young grandmother and what future does my children have? What future does my grandchildren have? Am I gonna have a great-grandchild? Are my great-grandchildren gonna be able to drink water? run on this grass, breathe this air to survive. Right now, I'm so mad because this is what they did to my family. They're killing my family, my future generation. I don't know if I will live to be as old as my mother. Amma! Amma! Ashja! Ashja! Why did they do that to us, to our children, our grandchildren? Situne! Amma! Ashja! Kutao! Oh, Ashja! Yeah! 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 Oh. Oh, why? Yeah. Oh. 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 Oh, it's yeah. Oh.
We're gonna win this. We're gonna win this, ladies and gentlemen. If it's the last breath I take, we're gonna win this. We've got more documents coming. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna come back. This doesn't need to be on camera, but thanks.